Okay, so before we get started, I want to preemptively say that today I am going to be making my own tomato ketchup Clamato sauce, or a base for this cocktail sauce using ingredients from scratch. I wanted to do this recipe video using the ketchup and the Clamato cocktail sauce that normally people use when making a Mexican seafood or shrimp cocktail, but I could not find Clamato at the store. I don't know if everyone's making this today and they were out. And then when I came home with clam juice, I found out I didn't have enough ketchup. So essentially I am making my own ketchup and Clamato sauce version of this cocktail sauce. So to get started, I'm going to be adding freshly minced garlic into a preheated pan with oil. I used about a tablespoon of oil and 2 cloves of freshly minced garlic. I'm also going to add a little bit of fresh onion. This is just going to add another layer of flavor as I'm creating this sauce. Now, I will leave the ingredients and measurements for the tomato ketchup and Clamato recipe that I normally use for this sauce, which essentially is a recipe that my aunt likes to use. So I will do that for those of you that think I'm being completely weirdo for making this from scratch. But you know what? I was in the mood for seafood tostadas today, so I'm going to make do with what I have. So now I'm going to add 16 ounces of tomato puree. Basically, when making this cocktail sauce, it's going to change from household to household, person to person. Everyone has their own recipe for a Mexican seafood cocktail or shrimp cocktail. I find that when doing sauces and recipes, you're ultimately finding the ratio of ingredients that everyone probably uses, but you're finding a ratio that you like. Meaning if you want it saltier or sweeter or spicier, those are things you can adjust. Okay. So I'm going to stop ranting and back to the ingredients. So now I'm adding some freshly cracked pepper. Again, this is to my taste. And now I'm going to add sugar. Ketchup is very sweet, so obviously I'm making my own, so definitely I have to have sugar in this. So I'm going to start with around 2 tablespoons of sugar. Ultimately, I'm going to add 3. Now I'm going to start with a 1/3 cup of freshly squeezed lime juice. Again, I started with a 1/3. Ultimately, I will be using a 1/2 cup of freshly squeezed lime juice. And again, I will leave everything I used and measurements in the description below this video. So I've added my 1/3 tablespoon of sugar. Now I'm going to give everything a really good mix. And now I'm going to add clam juice. This is a 1/4 cup of clam juice. This is where the whole Clamato flavor plays into this sauce. So for those of you that want to make this and don't have Clamato or ketchup, here's another alternative. So now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Maggi sauce. This is basically close to like soy sauce. So if you don't have Maggi sauce, use 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Okay, so everything is combined and mixed. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of hot sauce. I added a little bit, but I essentially added the rest of it after this. So 2 tablespoons of Louisiana hot sauce. You can use the hot sauce of your choice, but I love the briny, tangy, vinegar, spicy heat of a Louisiana hot sauce. I think it goes perfect in this. So try it if you've never tried it. It's really good. Once it comes to a simmer, now I'm going to poach my seafood. I am using 1 pound of raw shrimp in this, and I want to poach it. You can definitely cook your seafood the way you like. I know normally some recipes call for already pre-cooked shrimp or boiled seafood, but I'm going to poach it. And I'm also adding 8 ounces of chopped flounder. By the way, I am using a very low heat. As you can tell, nothing's boiling rapidly. It is at a gentle simmer, and that's exactly where you want this to be. You don't want to burn anything, and you don't want to overcook the seafood. This is going to take around 3 to 5 minutes at a gentle simmer for it to be done. And you'll notice the shrimp will curl, the fish will turn opaque, and that's when you know it's ready. You don't really want to overcook this. So I've turned off the heat. Now I'm going to add 8 ounces of lump crab meat. One of the main reasons I like to add crab meat to my Mexican seafood cocktail is because I find when you just use shrimp, a lot of the cocktail sauce and the fresh ingredients go to waste once everybody's eaten all of the chunky shrimp pieces. So if you add some lump crab meat, it makes the sauce go a long way and people continue eating it. So essentially, you're avoiding the waste of a delicious cocktail sauce. Okay, so the heat is off. I'm just mixing in my cooked crab meat, and then I'm going to allow this to come to room temperature. Then I'm going to refrigerate for at least an hour. Okay, so this is completely chilled. So now I'm ready to add my fresh ingredients. First, I'm going to add 1 cup of chopped scallions. This might not be a usual ingredient in cocktail, but I love to add chopped scallions in this. It just adds another level of freshness. I'm also going to add 1 chopped jalapeno. I've removed the seeds and veins. If you want more heat, use a serrano pepper. I'm not trying to melt anyone's face off today, so 1 is fine for me. I'm also going to add 1 cup of chopped fresh cilantro. Again, if you want more, go for it. Find the happy ratio of ingredients to suit your needs. Now I'm going to add 1 small diced onion. And again, I have so many people in my family that just do not like raw onion, but I love it. You can call me Shrek if you want to, but I love a good raw onion. The next ingredient will be fresh avocado chunks, but I am making tostadas today, so I'm going to garnish the tostadas with the avocado. But if I were serving this at a party, I would definitely dice the fresh avocado and fold it in right before serving. So now I'm just going to give everything a really good mix. And once you're done mixing this, you'll want to taste it for salt, for maybe lime juice, or heat. So after I mix this, I definitely think it needs more lime juice. So this is where that extra squeezed lime came into play, which eventually gave me a 1/2 cup of fresh squeezed lime juice that I used in this recipe. I'm also going to add some more of that Louisiana hot sauce. And I added probably another tablespoon. So again, in total, I added 3 tablespoons of that Louisiana hot sauce. And you might find that you want to use Tabasco, or like I said, Tapatio or Cholula or something else. Do what works for you, but I love Louisiana hot sauce. So now I'm just going to fold and mix that in, and then I'm going to give it a taste. This is completely ready, and now I'm going to make my tostadas. Now these tostadas are nothing fancy. They're very simple, but they are light and fresh, and I love to serve this when I'm not looking to make my family something heavy. So I am going to garnish it with tons of shredded lettuce, some more of that lime juice. I'm also going to add a dash of that Louisiana hot sauce. And then I'm going to add some freshly sliced avocado and some freshly sliced Roma tomato. By the way, you're probably thinking, where is the fresh diced tomato? I left that out because the tomato puree has enough tomato flavor in this. But if you're using something like tomato ketchup and Clamato, add the fresh diced tomato. But here is my delicious, simple and easy Mexican seafood cocktail tostada for dinner. And you can definitely serve the whole cocktail as a party appetizer with saltine crackers, with chips, whatever you like, or tostadas. So I hope you guys give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.